Kaohsiung Tzu Chi volunteers conduct various hands-on activities to help the Send Love to Africa initiative. The Beagle is playing an important role as a customs detector dog in sniffing out illegal contraband. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. Recently, Kaohsiung Tzu Chi volunteers conducted an event at the Jing Si Hall for the local community members in order to inspire compassionate givings for the Send Love to Africa initiative. Many DIY projects were laid out for the participants to get some hands-on activities. They were all having fun while doing good deeds at the same time.
The sounds of the ocarina brings a lively atmosphere to the place. There are many recyclable materials prepped for the activity to welcome the local community in a day of crafts.
Dharma Master Zhen Yan hopes we can connect with our local community, so we are here to reconnect with old and new members alike.
When we first arrived, the sister gave us a lot of stuff and directed us to sit here. I think I will walk away with lots today.
We like the activities. Every time the children visit, they have fun.
For this Let Us Serve You Tea activity, the volunteers arrive at the Jing Si Hall early in the morning to prepare. Doing plant DIY activities, participants can use these greens to refresh the air in their home.
This is air therapy. Besides helping to prevent PM 2.5, it can also cleanse the air a bit.
It's pretty interesting. Everyone's enjoying the day.
There's also a station to make fragrant sachets for the Dragon Boat holiday. In total, each of the 25 stations attracted many people. Treating the community members like guests through events like this, Tzu Chi volunteers have ensured a strong link with the residents in the area.
The 2019 Global Tzu Chi 4-in-1 Senior Volunteer Training Camp will soon take place in Taipei. This year, more than 1,000 volunteers will be making sure everything at the camp goes smoothly. Before the camp begins, both the Banqiao Gounds and the Xindian Jing Si Hall went under the deep cleaning session.
To welcome the overseas Dharma families return to take part in Tzu Chi's Global 4-in-1 Senior Volunteer Training Camp, volunteers from northern districts of Taiwan have sprung into action.
Overseas volunteers are returning, so we are cleaning the place to welcome them. We want them to feel right at home.
Though it was the Dragon Boat holiday, there were still nearly 500 volunteers helping at the Banqiao Gounds.
For me, there are many long weekends to go and have fun, but our overseas Dharma family only returns to Taiwan once a year, so I want to clean up the Jing Si Hall for them.
Normally on Fridays, we spot clean the Jing Si Hall, and it always feels clean enough. However, when we clean today, I realized there's so many more nooks and crannies to clean. We hope our efforts will make our Dharma family feel more comfortable.
Meanwhile, at Xindian Jing Si Hall, nearly 700 volunteers are making sure the place is presentable for the Dharma family's return.
Cleaning it one by one, it's like the worries in our heart. When we cleanse it by following the master's teachings, we feel refreshed.
Jiang Chunmei's profession is cleaning schools, and she doesn't let being female stop her from doing dangerous cleaning jobs.
When you are this high, you need to wear a safety helmet. They quickly found one for me to wear, otherwise those at the bottom will worry, especially the females. They worry about the dangers of me climbing so high. Actually, we need to take precaution in doing each task. Safety is most important.
Together, over 1,000 volunteers from northern districts warmly prepare a welcome for the overseas Dharma family, ensuring they are able to recharge their spirit to the fullest.
What can one do in a span of 15 years? You can actually be a college graduate in 15 years' time. However, another way to spend all this time is dedicating oneself and planting the seeds of goodness in children's hearts and minds. In Malaysia, the two directors at the Johor Bahru Tzu Chi Kindergarten have been doing just that for the past 15 years of their lives. Now, due to both being of a certain age, they're passing the baton on to the younger generation. Let's go meet these two incredible individuals. Each and everyone teared up during the goodbye ceremony for the two dedicated directors. Both of the seniors had given their all unconditionally, which will stay imprinted in the minds of all the teachers.
把孩子顾好，把自己顾好。好，请老师，感恩你加入我们的幼儿园。
They have been volunteering 100% of their time to the kindergarten for all of these years. They work harder and are much more responsible compared to any one of us teachers. They're also very soft-spoken, always watching out not to hurt our feelings. They're very understanding individuals. They're always patiently guiding us in learning from our mistakes.
The most important thing that I have to mention is the fact that both our directors work day in and day out with us. However, they have never taken a penny from the school. It's really admirable. I'm deeply grateful for both of you.
As a matter of fact, they can actually just relax at home and live a good retired lifestyle. However, both of their hearts are with the people here at the kindergarten. They do not only guide the teachers here, but they also have to look after the safety of the children. In addition, there are many other miscellaneous things to plan, so many details to keep in mind. So really, when I look at the both of them, I know for a fact that they put the kindergarten first before themselves. It's been 15 years already. Seeing the growth of the children, the director has learned a lot from them.
The children are actually all my teachers. They are constantly teaching me things about life. Really, it's true. For the 4-year-olds, they are just so innocent and naive in nature. They would tell me things like, "Director, you have not been here for many days already. Are you sick? Are you feeling better now?" So you see, it's because we show our constant love and care toward them on a regular basis that they are able to speak like this as well. So it really showed me what Dharma Master Zhen Yan was talking about, how the interactions between people lie in respect and love. This is a very important point.
Even now, I can still tell you that I'm having a hard time leaving this place. Just the fact that I won't be able to see the children every day is a huge deal. Because every day I would come here, I would stand at the front gate saying good morning to all the children that are being dropped off. I'm not going to say that I'm old, but I'm of a certain age now. So I feel like we should pass the baton on to the younger generation, giving them the opportunity to grow and be more diligent in their work. They're able to learn at a faster pace and lead this kindergarten. I sincerely hope that this kindergarten can be even better than right now. Although they are leaving the director titles behind, the two senior volunteers will still continue to serve the kindergarten in a different role.
只要轮到那就是华语，我就来吧。
Whenever the week where Mandarin storytelling times comes around, I will be here because I love to tell stories to the children. I hope that the children will also like to hear my storytelling.
Staying in Malaysia, there's a Tzu Chi care recipient couple who both suffer from polio. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only medical issue that they were experiencing. Due to their house not being a handicap-friendly zone, both of the individuals fell at different times, resulting in further physical mobility issues. Despite the physical difficulties, the husband would still use crutches to get about so he can go out and help others as a Tzu Chi volunteer.
59-year-old Xindian Jing is a volunteer in Itam, a suburb of Penang. He needs a crutch to help him walk, but it does not stop him from helping people. Xindian Jing and his wife, Lori Chen, moved to the area Itam in 2010. One day, both of them were injured, and it affected their daily lives. But it also brought their good neighbors into their lives.
At that time, I fell down first, and then he fell down. At that moment, you came knocking on our door, asking us if we had eaten. We hadn't eaten. When my husband fell down, he broke his bone. I called my brother, but he didn't answer. After that, a volunteer was very loving. She said she could cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us, and she cooked for us for a whole month.
These Tzu Chi volunteers are the couple's neighbors, so they helped them for nearly 9 years. The volunteers' dedication touched Xindian Jing, who in turn joined the ranks of volunteers. Xindian Jing visited care recipients on a regular basis and also became the head of home visitation team. Despite his handicap, his devotion encourages many people in taking their first step.
I've been wanting to join Tzu Chi for a long time. I felt that I'm handicapped, and I wonder if Tzu Chi wanted me. When Tzu Chi volunteers visited me, I saw volunteer Xindian came with his crutches. Then I felt there was a hope for me, because he was using crutches. If he could be accepted by Tzu Chi would accept me too.
The assistance to Xindian Jing touched him and made him realize that giving is better than receiving. so he turned his life around by spreading love and goodness in community.
Speaking of health issues, today we're introduced to you a type of autoimmune disease called rheumatoid arthritis. Once an episode occurs, it can be quite difficult for the patient to breathe and move about. Although there's still not a complete cure for the illness, there are more treatment methods available nowadays. Let's see what the doctors have to say. The weather is nice and cool, but Wang Lizhen is profusely sweating.
我待会儿就会全身发软。
When one's immune system is experiencing problems, changes in the weather, temperature, and humidity are all easily detected by the individual.
The swelling will start from here. It will be like a giant's bulge. For example, if there is a typhoon that is approaching or a change in seasons, my thumb joints will hurt the most.
因为我们的温度、湿度
Due to the changes in temperature and humidity, the blood circulation of the joints will be more restricted.
比较不利于关节的活动。
55-year-old Wang Lizhen didn't have this medical issue when she was younger. All of this came about a little bit over 10 years ago when she took a fall at home. Ever since then, she has been suffering from rheumatoid arthritis.
为什么就跌
I just fell one day and then all my joints started to stiffen up.
类风湿性关节炎它的
Causes of rheumatoid arthritis are still not very clear to this day, although there are some hereditary links that have been made.
Every time she has an episode, the location of the pain alters. Sometimes it might even be in the face.
连讲话都没办法，
It might be in the hand joints, or she might lose all the strength in her legs.
那个痛起来真的是让你呼吸都困难。
Even lifting up her legs was such a difficult task, so for a period of time, she just decided to sleep on the bathroom floor.
I was by myself fighting the symptoms for a whole week. I was lying on the bathroom floor. I had put down a lot of towels on the floor. I would throw up and then lie back down again.
一般在6个星期
Generally, within 6 weeks to even 6 months, our soft tissues, cartilages, and bones will start to erode. Then the spaces between our bones will start to fuse together, resulting in the complete loss of the joint function.
Rheumatoid arthritis occurs mostly in women, and the number of patients is about 4 to 5 times that of men. The age of onset is between adolescents and middle-aged individuals. It's considered to be a major illness in Taiwan. However, when the patient doesn't experience an episode, they look quite normal from the outside. Even some family members have a hard time believing the patients at times.
They would say to me, when you have the energy, you will be yelling at us. Then when all of a sudden you say you are sick, you just lie there all day.
Don't want to be dictated by the illness, Wang Lizhen started to find some solutions.
As long as I eat right, sleep well, then my immune system would be back to normal again.
However, many patients would just stop taking their prescription medications themselves. This is a giant mistake.
If a patient just stops taking his or her immunomodulatory drugs, the inflammation of the joints will quickly come back. Then it will continue to erode further. Once the damage is done, it is very hard to recover from it.
Before, the only treatment option for rheumatoid arthritis was taking anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving meds. However, now there are treatment methods that can prevent joint distortion as well. So as long as one follows the right treatment option given by the doctor, it's possible to peacefully coexist with the illness. In order to prevent the African swine fever from entering Taiwan, the cute little Beagle is actually playing a crucial role as a customs detector dog. They have the huge responsibility of being trained to sniff out illegal contrabands at the airport. Why the Beagle breed, you may ask? Let's take a look at our in-depth report.
Good boy, very good, nice, good, 好棒。Good.
The African swine fever epidemic since the end of last year has been a major challenge, with the most important tool to fight the disease not being a machine or staff, but actually a four-legged friend with a good nose, custom detector dogs. They can be seen both at the airport and the port. In order to ensure that each mission is successful, training sessions are scheduled, even on days when they are not on duty.
We hope to train them at least 4 times a month. Of course, it is better to have more training, but at least 4 times a month.
Due to the variety of luggage carried by passengers and the need to have no items break the quarantine, all of the training is quite strict to prevent against African swine fever virus.
Originally, for an example, a burger is very easy for the dog to smell. We might take the burger and put it in a Ziploc bag, and even put it in another bag, and then put it in a suitcase. This will prevent the smell from escaping. We try to train the dog's smell connection.
The Council of Agriculture's Bureau of Animal and Plant Health Inspection and Quarantine currently has 48 customs detector dogs at Taoyuan Airport, Songshan Airport, Kaohsiung Tzu Chi Airport, Xindian Jing Si Hall Pier, and elsewhere. These 48 dogs are responsible for quarantine inspections. With more and more countries in the affected area, more and more people need to be checked, with the existing number of customs detector dogs insufficient to carry out the huge workload.
This year, it is expected that 2 groups of detection dogs will be added. The total number will reach 50 groups.
Good boy, very good boy. 好棒.
These detector dog groups can't carry out the full volume epidemic prevention and quarantine. For example, at Taoyuan Airport, even if all 50 groups of dogs are stationed here, it is insufficient to check the daily number of arrivals and the daily baggage flow. This shows it's impossible to detect every piece of luggage.
Some may ask that there are so many different breeds of dogs, so why are most detector dogs beagles? In fact, among the 48 detector dogs belonging to BAPHIQ, some 30 are beagles, while accounting for more than half. There are 10 Labradors and 8 mixed-breed dogs, and the eyes of experts being short and close to the ground is key.
The Beagle is the prototype for Snoopy, which is not too big in size. Often the detection work is in public space and the public domain. For example, a quarantine detection dog is at the airport arrival hall. Like our ecological conservation efforts in parks and schools, we certainly hope that the dog is cute and doesn't scare people.
Qi Weilian, an associate professor of Daren University, who is also a veterinarian, has been training dogs for more than 20 years. He is the first person to obtain a dog training license in the United States. He has been working with dogs for his entire life, and they immediately obey his every command.
耶，你也会了，这么快？好了，可以了，那个有潜力哈。人生有无数的。
There are many unexpected things in life. Just after I got my degree, I participated in detection dog program. I participated in the project and felt that work of training dogs is quite fun. And in Taiwan, there is lots of potential for development.
Why do the dogs respond to some people's commands and not others? The answer is quite simple in his opinion.
The road between us and the dogs is the leash. For the average person, the leash is a tool to prevent the dog from escaping. But for us, it is a tool for communicating with each other. My message is properly communicated to the dog, and the dog's messages are properly conveyed to me. We all rely on this leash. If we can deliver a good partnership, we can train successfully and be very happy. If we can't train a dog successfully, we'll help it find an adoptive family, and you will be a good pet.
Since ancient times, dogs have been our most loyal partner. Even with sophisticated X-ray machines, it is still impossible to completely replace the natural nose of a dog. This also depends on trainers and from the selection of good dogs to carry out quarantine detection work to safeguard the country.
Recently, the Ministry of Science and Technology hosted the Formosa Grand Challenge in order to promote network security and counter global network security threats. The event also invited the public to try their hand at cracking passwords and learn more about cybersecurity. Let's take a look at how good these amateur hackers are.
C 在哪里 ？C 嘞？啊，这里。那 AC 的中间要放什么？
These English letters are the key to decoding this password, which is a challenge posed to potential hackers of any age.
A line comes out and then you turn it into a number. Was I able to crack the code? Yes, I did.
The Grand Formosa Challenge raised the awareness of the public, a topic even more important in the Internet of Things era. Malicious attacks by hackers have constantly emerged. The Ministry of Science and Technology organized this competition. with the winning research team earning $150,000 in venture capital funds.
This annual meeting of hackers in Taiwan is now in its 15th year. During this period of time, there has been a lot of communication and technology sharing, including a lot of seminars with international lecturers.
Established this IC Security Center, or the 7 hubs here, has allowed us to use big data to handle various issues. Inspiring the IT industry to focus on strengthening cybersecurity is a key part of Taiwan's infrastructure and can also be a way to connect with the global network for IT services.
In July of 2018, in the mountainous areas in Hualien, Taiwan, there was a baby Formosan black bear sighting. Due to being separated from the mama bear, she started to scavenge for anything that she thought was food. Unfortunately, these included garbage that was scattered around. Therefore, both the Institute of Wildlife Conservation and the Forestry Bureau stepped in to rescue the baby bear. She was placed into a special care animal shelter for 9 months. It's with great pride that the caregivers are now able to say she's deemed ready to be released back to the wilderness. Let's check out this cute little furry baby's journey. With big round eyes and a long nose, do you still remember this cute little furry thing? Last year in July, a baby Formosan black bear was found in the mountains. She was only 4 months old at the time. At first, her health conditions were pretty stable, but that quickly wasn't the case anymore.
After 10 days, she didn't have any access to the mother's milk supply, so she went scavenging for anything that she could find in her surroundings. Unfortunately, these included cigarette butts and beer cans, so of course she started to get thinner and thinner. That was when we alerted the Forestry Bureau.
At first, when she was rescued from the wild, she was having a lot of health problems. She was very weak and suffered from anemia as well.
Due to her poor health conditions and the fact that the mama bear was nowhere to be found, the care team decided to temporarily resettle her in a shelter. In addition, due to her young age, it was best for her to have some short-term training before she could be released back to the wild again. Therefore, in August of last year, she was sent to a special care animal shelter. After 9 months' time, she was finally deemed fit to be released back into the wild.
We're currently putting her on a special diet in order for her to gain some weight. Because when she's released back into the wild, she'll have a lot of readjusting to do. The strange environment will be hard for her, so if she gains more weight, she'll have a higher survival success rate.
From living in a cage to entering into the wild isn't an easy ordeal. Therefore, her training had included hunting for food and learning to not approach humans. At the present, she's already weighing in at 43 kilograms. It's with great hope that after being released back into the wilderness, she'll be able to survive on her own. As for when exactly she will be released in the specific location, it's kept private in order to protect her safety. Chile is about to enter its winter season, therefore local Tzu Chi volunteers have been on the lookout to see if any of the homeless shelters are in need of winter supplies. They got word that one of the shelter's homeless individuals are still sleeping on the cold floors. They quickly mobilized a team and distributed many mattresses so that they can safely endure the cold winter months. Thank you for watching. See you next time.